Hi there. Today I thought let's talk about an emotion that has had its hold on us for most of our lives in some way or the other. An emotion that most of us try and camouflage. Sometimes we pretend that it doesn't exist or it doesn't have its house within us. But trust me, every one of us at some point of time, for shorter or longer durations, has harbored this negative emotion, the emotion of anger, the emotion of hate, the emotion of lashing out, of holding someone, something to account for what's gone wrong. Sometimes life plays out and we feel it wasn't fair. Sometimes relationships disappoint us and we feel it's not on, it's not called for. Sometimes people respond, react to us, lash out at us, and we say, how dare she? How dare he? How could they? How could life treat me like this? How could they treat me like this? Even at work, when we don't get that praise or that promotion or that opportunity to grow, we feel almost victimized, whether by the processes at work or our boss, or we don't feel that we got what we deserved. And this festers a mixed blend of emotions in our system, from anger, of course, venting it out, complaining about it, being resentful about it, sometimes being bitchy about it, and then becoming bitter, becoming poisonous, becoming intolerant, impatient. Sometimes anger festers so deep that while we don't voice it, we are vibrating at that negative energy all the time. People trigger us, situations remind us of what we've been through and it triggers us. Fears trigger us in that direction. And life kind of temporarily comes to a halt every time we revisit that space of vulnerability, that space of helplessness, that space which made us feel it's not fair. It could have been better. I deserved more. And from that space of complaint and victimhood, we block out the flow of love. We block out the flow of joy into our life because we are holding on to, it's like holding on to a red hot coal and expecting your own self not to get burnt or singed or, in some way marked by that heat that we carry. So what do you do with something which is sometimes out of control, or it appears to be out of control? We often hear ourselves saying, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't meant to happen like this, but it did. And what am I supposed to do? Not respond, not react. But then what we forget to realize is that unless we learn to let go, we are going to be trapped in that vicious cycle of negativity, which is going to take us down some way or the other. If not emotionally, physically, socially, it's going to elude us from the little joys. It's going to elude us from good health. It's going to elude us from a peace of mind. And it's going to elude us from growing and taking life and accepting life and moving forward, irrespective of what cards life has dealt to us. So what do? We just forget, and you just move on. Sometimes it's easier said than done. We are unable to do that because we are trapped in that emotion once again. If left untreated, it can lead to depression. It can lead to deeper resentments, breakdown of relationships, breakdown of the healthy space that is created in our homes, in our lives, in our bodies. People with anger mostly are people with some or the other physical ailments. It could be blood pressure. It could be, sudden reactions that they kind of get into an uncontrolled hysteria. They lash out at people. They are suspicious of people. They are suspicious of circumstances. Sometimes it is so deep-seated when the wound is deeper that it can result in major, major health conditions. And then, like I said, it's a trap. That's where back flowers come in. Back flower remedies have this very beautiful, and I keep using the word beautiful, gentle way of helping us release those emotions which seem to have a control over us. It calms us down. It helps us step back and look at the hot coal we are holding in our hands. It enables us to put that hot simmering coal down so that we can step back and we can calm ourselves, look at things into perspective. If not instantly release that, at least over a period of time, we are able to not react in that intensity, in that depth, or our reactions are milder. And with time, that negative hate slowly comes to a space of acceptance to say, okay, this is where life is. And am I going to carry on this, or am I going to learn to let go? From acceptance, it brings us to a place of learning to let go. Not because the other person deserves our forgiveness, but it's because we deserve to be in a space which is healing, which is more pure in vibrations, and we deserve our inner peace. We deserve our inner joy. We deserve to let go so that we can move forward in life. And this applies to all conditions of anger, rivalries, jealousy, like I said, resentments. Would you rather stay in that hot space which is heated up all the time, which doesn't let you breathe? Or would you rather be in a space where you can sit back, laugh and say, okay, shit happened, I forgot to duck, but I've learned to move on and I've learned to let go because I matter more than anything else, because I care about what's going on within me. And when you make that resolve and you have little helpers like, the backflower remedies which help you gravitate towards your own inner peace, life presents itself with more opportunities. You present yourself with better opportunities of getting up in the morning and saying, okay, it's a new day for me. And I feel lighter. I feel an ease. And sooner you realize that not only emotionally do you feel that ease, physically you feel that ease. And your environment feels that ease. Relationships feel that ease. It reflects in every aspect of your life. You mirror that inner peace when you feel it, when you are at peace. And that's the important role of the backflower remedies. It brings you from that negative state to a state of acceptance and towards joy, and it moves you towards a space of peace. So the question for you is that, is there a situation in your life that has impacted you in a manner that you can't move on, that has impacted you in a manner that has blocked your ability to be at ease with yourself, to be at ease with life itself? If so, it's time to identify it, it's time to take action, and it's time to reach out and get some help. Think about it.